Okay, so let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something that sounds super basic, but you'd be surprised how many of us get it wrong: setting your car mirrors. It's a fundamental driving skill, and honestly, getting this right is one of the biggest things you can do to feel safer and more in control on the road. And that's really what this all boils down to, isn't it? Your mirrors aren't just pieces of glass. They are your car's extra set of eyes, your most powerful tool for knowing what's going on around you. And today, we're going to make sure those eyes are looking in exactly the right direction. So, take a look at this. This slide shows you the critical difference. Over on the left, that's the setup most people have. You've got this huge, dangerous blind spot where a whole car can just vanish. But on the right, that's our goal: a seamless panoramic view where all three mirrors work together to create one continuous picture. So, how do so many of us end up with that dangerous setup on the left? Well, it all starts with one single piece of advice. Advice that pretty much every new driver has heard and followed for decades. You know the one, right? Make sure you can see just a little sliver of your own car in the side mirror. We've all heard it. It feels like it makes sense, to have a reference point. But that one little piece of advice is the very thing putting you at risk. Let's just be crystal clear about this. That advice is flat out wrong. By keeping your own car in the picture, you are actively creating that massive, unnecessary blind spot. It's completely counterproductive to safety, and we're going to fix it right now. So here's why it's so bad. When you see your own car, you're wasting valuable mirror real estate on something you're not in danger of hitting. You're basically forcing your side mirror to show you what your rearview mirror already covers. And in doing that, you completely miss the most critical zone, the lane right next to you. Okay, enough about what not to do. Let's move on to the right way. Let's build that true panoramic view that pretty much wipes those dangerous gaps right off the map. The correct technique is actually called the BGE method. It stands for Blind Spot and Glare Elimination. See, the whole goal is different. You're not trying to see your own car. You're trying to make your side mirrors the next link in a chain that starts with your rear view mirror. But hold on. Before you even think about touching a single mirror, you have to do this first. Adjust your seat. Get comfortable. Find your normal, everyday driving position and lock it in. Your mirrors are calibrated to one specific viewpoint, yours. If you adjust your mirrors and then slouch or sit up, you've made them useless. This is the foundation for everything. All right, now for the driver's side. From that locked-in position, I want you to lean your head all the way to the left until it's almost touching the glass. Now, from this weird angle, adjust the mirror so you can just barely see the side of your car. Okay, now sit back up straight. The side of your car should be completely gone from the mirror. That's the magic. Same idea for the passenger side, but you lean differently. This time, move your head towards the center of the car, like right over the center console. Adjust that mirror until you can just see your car's side, and then sit back normally. The result of this setup is brilliant. A car passing you will now flow perfectly from your rearview mirror into your side mirror and then right into your peripheral vision. No gap, no vanishing act, no blinds. So your mirrors are set up perfectly. That's awesome. But a great tool is only as good as the person using it, right? Now it's all about building the right habits to create this constant 360-degree bubble of awareness around your car. And that's about how often you should be glancing at your mirrors, especially when you're in traffic. Now, it sounds like a lot, but we're talking about a quick, regular scan. This is what keeps your mental map of the road completely up to date. It's not about staring, it's about maintaining constant awareness. And when it's actually time to change lanes, this is where it all comes together. It's a simple 4-step process you should burn into your brain. 1. Check your mirrors, rear view, then side. 2. The all-important shoulder check. 3. Signal your intention. And 4. When it's clear, make your move smoothly. And let me be absolutely clear about this. Even with the most perfectly set mirrors in the world, the shoulder check is non-negotiable. That quick, physical turn of your head is not optional. It is your final confirmation, your ultimate safety net that proves the way is clear, period. So as we wrap up here, it's pretty fascinating to think about how this fundamental skill, just looking, interacts with all the incredible technology that's being built into our cars these days. I mean, we've come a long way, right? Cars now have little lights that flash if someone's in your blind spot, cameras that give you a bird's-eye view of your car, mirrors that automatically dim to fight glare. Technology is constantly trying to help us see better. And all this new tech leaves us with a really important question to think about. With cars getting smarter every single year, How do we balance using these amazing new tools with keeping our own fundamental driving skills sharp? Is there a risk we become too reliant on the tech, or will it free us up to be even more aware? It's definitely something to chew on next time you get behind the wheel.
Please like, subscribe, and get notified.